It's been 2 months since Dragonflight was announced, and while we're slowly getting more and more information about the expansion, there are still a lot of things that we don't really know that much about. Dragonriding is one of them. Yes, we know that we will be able to customize our dragons, that the flying will be different from normal flying, and that we'll get access to it early on in the expansion. But it's still kind of unclear what Dragonriding is in its essence. In some dev interviews, it sounds like it's straight up replacing regular mounts. Other devs have alluded to it being more of a special occasions use, getting to hard to reach areas or bursts of really fast traversal. I think the reason that it seems a little unclear is because we frankly don't know exactly how it's going to work. For that, I think we'll have to wait and see it on the alpha, but what I do think is clear is what the devs want it to be. It seems to be their goal, aside from stop the player base complaining about Pathfinder, is to make Dragonriding fun and exciting. But how are they going to do that? Let's have a look at that. Exploration has always been an integral part of WoW, seeing new areas, the first time you realize just how big Azeroth is, and naturally traversal is a part of that. To explore, you have to go places, but traversal in itself has never really been exciting. True, the first time you got on a mount and rode through Stranglethorn, or the first time you flew in Icecrown and soared over all of the undead was exciting, but after that, it's a lot of auto, walk, run, fly, and AFK until you get to wherever you're going. Flying might historically have been a little more exciting than any other kind of traversal, but like they said in the reveal video for Dragonflight, flying is just swimming through the air. This is something that they seem to want to challenge with Dragonriding. Dive bombs to pick up speed, turning seems more dynamic, and barrel rolls to gain speed? It's a little unclear, but there will be more dynamic mechanics, and hopefully they'll feel good and be fun. I've heard some comparisons to web swinging in the PlayStation Spider-Man games. Even though it's clearly very different kinds of movement, if they're trying to replicate even a fraction of that gameplay, that's a huge win. Traversal in those games is super fun, and it doesn't feel bad when you have to travel between two opposite sides of the city. But I haven't heard anyone talk about another superhero game that has a traversal system that is a lot more similar to what Dragonriding could be: the Batman Arkham series. Starting in Arkham Asylum, it was mostly just bats gliding around, but come Arkham City and Arkham Knight, traversal and gliding is a fully fledged concept with an upgrade system tied to it. Starting off, bats can grapple to rooftops and then glide around for a while, but as you progress through the skill tree, it gets more and more engaging. You can grapple further and faster, gain higher velocity from your dive bombs, and just move faster and more efficiently in general. It's still very focused on gliding, but with the added features of gaining speed and altitude in different ways. That seems like something that would work fantastically with Dragonriding. The main difference is that Batman is always technically falling or gliding towards the ground, and we don't really know if that's going to be the case with Dragonriding. Will our dragons be able to fly straight up, or will we have to jump from a height and gain speed by pulling up from a dive? That's something we don't know. But I hope the team has taken at least some inspiration from the Arkham series. Just like the Spider-Man games, traversal is just fun. The devs have been talking about upgrades, and I think it will be crucial that those upgrades feel impactful. If Dragonriding starts out fun, that's great, but for it to continue to be exciting throughout the expansion, I think it needs to get progressively more and more intricate. In Arkham Knight, there's even upgrades to incorporate the gliding into combat. Dive bomb from high enough and get a shockwave that knocks down enemies. Is it really too much to ask that our dragons help us in combat? Maybe, it might be. But we can dream, can't we? The customization of our dragons is something that we actually have heard quite a bit about. We have had several dev interviews, and they all seem to point to us getting a lot of different options. Customizable base dragon forms, snouts, horns, tails, spikes, and armor. They said there's going to be millions of combinations? We'll see about that, but what they haven't talked a lot about, and what I think will play a big part in if this system will be fun or not, is how we acquire these customization options. I am of the opinion to go all or nothing. Either give everyone all the options from the get-go so you can combine however you want and play with it, which, to be clear, I don't think that will happen, and I don't really want that to happen, or make the process of unlocking these things interesting. Sure, let a few of the basic options be from simply leveling up, but give us options on what kind of content we can do to unlock new appearances. No-brainers would be achieving Keystone Master, Challenger, Gladiator, clearing a raid on normal Heroic Mythic, but I want more options. Do a specific achievement in a dungeon? Get an appearance. Optional quest chains out in the world? Get an appearance. Farm rep with the ducks and complete the epic storyline tied to raising a duck from hatchling to adulthood? Get a duck beak for your dragon. Thank you, Aya, for the duck rep. We need it in-game. All I'm saying is, make it fun and interesting to unlock these appearances. I didn't get properly interested in Torghast until they added transmogs and the mounts, and one of the best things about Legion was hunting for new artifact weapon appearances. Balance of Power was awesome, and most of the secret appearances were really interesting and fun as well. The secret finding community goes nuts about these things, so I hope Blizzard realizes the immense value of cosmetic rewards, and Dragonriding would be the perfect system to really lean into this kind of content, especially since they've said that all unlocks will be account-wide. No need to do the pet battle version of Balance of Power on all of your characters, just defeat the last pet boss in Nosdormu's timeshare once and unlock the appearance on all of your characters. So, there you have it. My opinion on the two things that really need to click for Dragonriding to be both fun and exciting. Do you have other ideas on what they could add to the system? Is there another way you think that flying should work? Or do you know just the thing for unlocking customization options? I'd love to hear it. Hey, you just watched a Warcraft video with ease. Good on you. Until next time, take care.